Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Wakim out there, pushing his word with all truth and sincerity, and to all you believers out there who believe in on the gospel. And it's the brother Quara Abad from the GMS Houston camp. And I want to go into a fairly quick lesson, Lord willing. I got a little time here on my break. And, most importantly, Lord willing to be edifying. But what I want to touch on, is using our time wisely, And this, speaking to myself first and foremost, because there's things that I can get better at, on, with a daily schedule, to make sure I stay on task and up on my shit. But, especially for all of us, man, is the ones who here in America is plenty of distractions, plenty of things to get us distracted, social media, Xbox, PS4, TV, YouTube, you see, women, whatever it is, many things that can get us distracted and can get us off the path, that the Lord wants us to be on. That's why Satan here say he goes as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour, man. Many witchcraft, enchantments being pushed out. And so we have to watch for that, man. That's the Lord, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai have given us this truth, and this world is contrary to the truth. So it's going to be more things in this world to worry about than this is gonna be pushed out to help forward our salvation, man. But the point in all this is that everything around us, we gotta like Yahweh Shai said, make sure our eye stay single, man. Or in other words, stand focused. That our eyes stay focused. That everything around us, we continue to have that tunnel vision. But with that, I'm gonna get straight into it. I just want to get a couple verses in this quick little account. Dealing with Mary and Martha, which is two sisters, that's spoken about a few times, as you read about during the time of Yahweh Shai. Now, this is about to go into the Lord Yahweh Shai going into Mary and Martha's house. And it's about to give you two different perspectives or two different mindsets on how to be, man. You gonna have one who gonna be focused on a whole lot of other stuff. You see? But then you're going to have another who's just going to be focused on the Lord and what the Lord got to say, man. And again, it's a quick little account, but it's just to paint a picture on how, again, what's more important at the end of the day. Let's get this, though. This Luke 10, Lord willing, this lesson be edifying. This Luke 10, and I'm going to start at 38. It says, now it came to pass as they went that he is talking about Yahweh Shai. It says, now it came to pass as they went that he entered into a certain village, and a certain woman named Martha received him into her house. So this Martha, she told Yahweh Shai, come in, And it says, and she had a sister called Mary. So this the sister Mary, right? And they had, you go into John 11, their brother was Lazarus who died, and Yahweh Shai rose him from the dead. So this is Mary and Martha right here. So I'm going to read that again. It says, now it came to pass as they went that he entered into a certain village, and a certain woman named Martha received him into her house. And she had a sister called Mary, which also, check this out, which also sat at Yahweh Shai's feet and heard his words. Now, as Yahweh Shai went in the house, you had Mary who just sat at his feet. She ain't moved. She ain't go nowhere. She was sitting there focused on what Yahweh Shai was saying, right? So it says, which also sat at Yahweh Shai's feet and heard his words. But Martha, right? But Martha was cumbered about much serving. Now, when you go into that word cumbered, because it said that Martha was cumbered about much serving. Now, when you go into that word in the blue letter, I get it real quick. It's G4049. It says to be distracted, to be driven about mentally. She was tossed to and fro. To be driven about mentally, to be overoccupied, to be too busy, man. So she had a whole lot of other stuff going on. So while Yahweh Shai talking to Mary, probably giving her, a couple mysteries, things to, think about, meditate on, whatever it was. But while Yahweh Shai was breaking bread, Martha, she wasn't even getting, she wasn't even getting the knowledge. She wasn't even getting the info that the Lord had. Why? Because she wasn't listening. She had other stuff that she was worried about, man. But let's continue. It says, but Martha, right, was cumbered about much serving, and came to him and said, Lord, doest thou not care that my sister have left me to serve alone? Bid her, therefore, that she help me. So Martha was a little mad. She was like, Lord, man, you ain't got no problem that Mary just left me by her, right here by myself, and I'm serving alone, and she's sitting here right here by your feet, just listening. Because we go back into the ancient world, it was known that a woman was the servant, man. So it was expected, in other words, for Mary to be up in there helping Martha. Right? Now, this is a thing, too. Martha wasn't just in the world doing nigga shit. No, she was doing a good deed by serving. But even within that good deed, you see, even within that good deed is how to what? How to use the time wisely. You see? Within a good deed, but what's more important at that time, though? You can still do it, but that's what Yahweh Shai often taught. It allows the good deed, but it's done in the spirit. We got to know how to apply it in the spirit, you see? Like Paul said, strive for that mastery, but strive lawfully. But just, saying all that, it wasn't like she was doing no outlandish, Babylonian shit. No, she was just serving. But the point was she was missing the main, the main focus, man. Right? On what can profit her spirit. And that's what Mary was getting. She was getting the things that was going to profit her. But let me finish, though. Let me finish just a verse or two. I'm gonna start it from the top again. So like it says, Luke 10:38, now it came to pass as they went that he entered into a certain village, and a certain woman named Martha received him into her house. And she had a sister called Mary, which also sat at Yahweh Shai's feet and heard his words. But Martha was cumbered about much serving, and came to him and said, Lord, right? And came to him and said, Lord, doest thou not care that my sister have left me to serve alone? Bid her, therefore, that she help me. So Martha's like, man, look, Lord, tell Mary, get off ass and come help me. But watch what Yahweh Shai say. And Yahweh Shai answered and said unto her, Martha, Martha, thou art careful and troubled about many things. Martha, you too worried about and focused on a whole lot of other shit. Right? The Lord told her, Martha, you ain't focused. You worrying about other stuff. I ain't about to tell Mary to get up. You see? He said, and Yahweh Shai answered and said unto her, Martha, Martha, thou art careful and troubled about many things. But one thing is needful. Only one thing is important, oh Martha. But one thing is needful, and Mary have chosen that good part, which shall not be taken away from her. Come on, man. Let's read that again. Yahweh Shai said unto her, Martha, Martha, thou art careful and troubled about many things, but one thing is needful, and Mary have chosen that good part. Martha, you worried about stuff that don't matter. You worried about stuff that's not going to get you saved. You worried about stuff that can still allow you to get destroyed in Jacob's trouble. You worried about stuff that ain't going to strengthen your faith, man. In the time of the hour of temptation, so on and so forth. You worrying about stuff that ain't going to change your life for the better in order to get passed over when the judgment comes. So that's the same thing for us. Being in this world, especially America, is many things to worry about. But what Yahweh Shai said is most important. And most important, whatever Mary was doing. And what was Mary doing? It says, and Mary, which also sat at Yahweh Shai's feet. In other words, showing a sign of kissing the son, right? Reverence unto the Lord, you see? In obedience unto what the Lord told us to do, doing the work, lessons, highways, and hedges, praying, reading, fasting, so on and so forth. But not just that, it says, and sat at Yahweh's feet and heard his words, man. We hearing the words of everlasting life and changing our lives. That's what's important. That's what that good part is. And that's what Martha chose. And Yahweh said, but one thing is needful. Only one thing is needed in this world. It says, and Mary have chosen that good part, which shall not be taken away from her, man. Martha, you worried about food. You worried about setting up a dinner. After we eat, all that shit gonna be gone. But you missed the words of eternal life. Nah, I ain't gonna say it how I said it before. It was through the Spirit at first. You should have been there. That's the same thing. When, look, apostles put up lessons, elders put up lessons. There's many other things to worry about. But look, say if that lesson get deleted, that's an opportunity missed. Just like Martha, she missed the opportunity to hear words of eternal life. In other words, hey, we should all use our time wisely, man. And we all been through it. We seen a lesson. I'm gonna watch that later. You go back to later, the lesson deleted now. YouTube then took the elders' lesson, if not the whole channel off, man. Opportunities missed. Time being around the brothers. And you know how conversations be when brothers around. You go into the scriptures. You talk a little deep into the scriptures. Opportunity missed. The same thing about Martha. Because we could be cumbered, in other words, distracted about many things here in Babylon, man. There's many things to name. You see? But what's more important, as a matter of fact, let me get this. What's more important at the end of the day? When you go into this Sirach 39, I believe, it goes into, being those ones who grow in wisdom, use their leisure time wisely. And leisure time is time that you have, in other words, free time. But what you do with that free time. You see, now it goes into many different men having different jobs, right? Just like us, we got different jobs. Some brothers work at stores, some brothers carpenters, some brothers this, some brothers that, right? Now it goes into it how these different people are focused on a worldly job, right? Focus on their worldly job about perfecting a worldly job. And as they do that, then if they focus on their worldly job too much, then they don't have enough time for the truth. Just like Martha, she was focused on setting up the dinner, right? And she didn't have time for the wisdom. No, that's the same thing for us. We got worldly jobs, but just like people at our jobs, they take that shit overly serious. Super serious. But us, we just gotta get our daily bread, get our check until these places get destroyed. So we not overly focused on a worldly job because we got another occupation that's very important, which is doing the work of the Lord. So let me go ahead and get this. I'm gonna read this because this is why mine should be on the true job of the Lord. And I end it, but this is Sirach 38 and 24. It says, the wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure. Opportunity of leisure. Having time, not getting caught up like it said in Timothy. Let me get Timothy real quick. What the Apostle Paul told Timothy. This is 1 Timothy or 2 Timothy. When he said, be not entangled with the affairs. Yep, 2 Timothy 2. And I'm going to start at 3. It says, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. And when you're a soldier, you can't be worried about other shit. We can't, what's that movie? I believe, forgot his name. Lawrence Tate, man. When he was overseas in a war and asking about his family, he said, if I'm not mistaken, and he was like, he ain't got time to worry about his family while he in war. He'll worry about that after that shit, man. When you a soldier, you got to be focused on a war, on the task at hand. The same thing what we told to do. But like Martha, not being cumbered, man, with a lot of other stuff. It says, this the point, and no man that warreth, no man that's going to war, and no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life. You're not going to get caught up just like these people in the world. We not going, Lord willing, Your Lord willing, man, because it's a whole lot of shit, man, that can catch us up. The World Wide Web. You get on that bitch, you trying to get on Instagram for 10 minutes, you be on that for 3 hours. Just looking at ass, you know, and shit that don't matter. Entangled, caught up in the web, man. In the Truman Show, like, you know, I'm sure y'all seen the Truman Show. You know, that movie with Jim Carrey, the starring character or actor. But, you know, he was in his fake world. He thought it was real, but it was fake. It was fake. Y'all should go watch that, because that's how we was. We was in a fake world until we came to the knowledge of the truth, man. But it says, no man that warreth entangle of himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. So if we not entangled with the affairs of this life, then we gonna be entangled with what? With the affairs of the Lord, and that's gonna please the Most High, man. That's how we get the opportunity to be passed over and saved, by what's more important, that good part that Mary chose, man. But let's go back to Sirach 38 and 24. The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that have little business shall become wise. Martha, just go sit on the floor and listen to the Lord. You ain't got to go to the club today. Just go pop on the video. You see? Look, that woman could wait. Just go ahead and do the lesson with that brother, man. The things that's more important. You see? You know? But it says, let's read a little bit on how men, you know, focus on their daily tasks in their lives, man. That's why Yahweh said we had to give up our life. But let's read a little bit. It says, how can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow, and that glorieth in the gold, that driveth oxen, and is occupied in their labors, and whose talk is of bullocks? So this is man who work in the field. It said, how is he gonna get wisdom when he constantly working? All he talk about is oxen. All he talk about is his daily job, right? How is this man gonna get wisdom? It says he giveth his mind to make furrows, and is diligent to the kind fodder. That's what he give his mind to. His occupation. Like on 300, they said, what's your occupation? He said, a carpenter. What's your occupation? A fisherman. What's your occupation? The NBA, right? Other shit. He said, Spartans. What's your occupation? Ahoo, yeah, man. What's our occupation? We all on the same accord with what the Lord got going, man. Servants of the Lord. You see? But it says, so every carpenter and every workmaster that laboreth night and day, and that cut and grave seals, and are diligent to make great variety, and give themselves to counterfeit images, and watch to finish a work. You see, they watching to finish a work. They ain't watching to watch prophecy on what's important. It says, the smith also sitting by the anvil and considering the iron work. You got a blacksmith, right? He's sitting there trying to see, okay, I'm gonna make this sword. I'm gonna put it with a little swoop over here. I'm gonna put the handle like this, right? He leave work, he think about how I'm gonna get back up in there in the morning. You see? It says, the vapor of the fire waste of his flesh, and the fighting with the heat of the furnace, and the noise of the hammer and the anvil is ever in his ears. He ain't listening to lessons. He listening to his creation getting made, man. It says, and he make of his mind, and to finish the work, and watcheth to polish it perfectly. So doeth the potter sitting at his work, and turning the wheel about his feet, who is always carefully set at his work. And make of all his work by number, he fashioneth the clay with his arm, and boweth down his strength before his feet. He applieth himself, and you see all these things, say he give himself over. His work and his mind is on this. He applies himself to this. Right? They are not single. It says he applied himself to lead it over, and is diligent to make clean the furnace. They diligent in earthly manners, man. Not the work of the Lord. It says all these trust to their hands, and everyone is wise in his work. They wise. LeBron James wise in basketball. You see? but not wise in the knowledge of the Lord. It says, and without these cannot a city be inhabited, right? Because we need them for the shit they make is for the average citizen to go out there and buy, right? So without them doing these things, then the society can't get by. But it's the thing. It says, and they shall not dwell where they will, nor go up and down. They don't have no freedom because they got to work. It says, they shall not be sought for in public councils, nor sit in the higher congregation. You ain't going to be in the ministry. You ain't going to be in a congregation. You ain't going to be in the path to be groomed to be a judge in the kingdom of heaven. It says, they shall not sit on the judgment seat, you see, nor understand the sentence of judgment. You're not getting built up to be in the house of David, though. It says, and they cannot declare justice and judgment, and they shall not be found where parables are, but they will maintain the state of the world. Look, they ain't gonna be speaking of heavenly things. They ain't gonna be understanding prophecy, breaking down prophecy, and ain't gonna be amongst wise men. But it says, but they will maintain the state of the world, but they gonna get by in the world, though. It says, and all they desire is the work of their craft, but they don't desire spiritual things. So going back to Martha and Mary, Martha was one who was wise. She was occupied. She was given over and applied to work that wasn't profitable unto her spirit. But Mary sat right there at the Lord's feet and heard his words. And look, to this day, whoever she is in the reincarnation, she's doing the same thing. Not saying Martha, I believe Martha the elect too, obviously, But the point is, to take from that is way more things to get us distracted than what's really important, man. And we should be that Mary and focus on what's really important, you see? Let me get this on what Yahweh Shai said, and I'll get up out of here. This is Matthew 6 and 19. It says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal, right? Don't put all our trust, our end all be all, all our eggs in one basket into things in this world, man. It's going to come and go. Especially as an Israelite, it said, hey, us getting money is like putting money into a bag with holes. It's going to come and go, man. So don't, of course, now we get by, we have jobs, we support our family, you do that. But don't be so invested into this life like Lot wife. She had a lot of riches and investments within Sodom and Gomorrah. So when it came down to flee, she looked back because she didn't want to leave it. Now look at her. Go over there and look at her. She a pillar of salt, But if you be like Lot, he cut that shit off and left it, man. We gotta left it. Be not entangled, But it says, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, spiritual things, man. Wisdom, knowledge, understanding. Nobody can take that from us. Nigga can't come up to you in Jacob's trouble, be like, put a gun to you and tell me, give me your faith, Nick, Give me your faith, What's them names you was calling on? You could tell them the names, but look, you don't got faith to call. You can't take that. That's spiritual things. You can't get robbed for your hope. This is forever, man. Hope and wisdom and knowledge ain't go get old. You ain't gonna have to up, you ain't gonna have to get the new version, Come on, man. It says, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through and steal. And that's why Yahweh Shai told Martha, look, what Mary got is that good part. It can't be taken away, right? Thieves can't take this. You see? It says, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. As treasure is something that you value. So what our value is, our focus, right? That's what our mind gonna be. If you value shoes and Jordans, your mind gonna be on the next release so you can get the new pair. If you value women, your mind gonna always be on, let me get on Tinder and all this so I can find a woman. If you value sports, you always gonna be watching Sports Center, or truck just passed. The number on the company is 281-987-1444. Let's go, man. You see, but hey, if you're focused and you value this truth, Then your mind will be on your Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai and his truth, sitting at your Yahweh Shai feet, man, hearing these words. But Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Just want to, just want to touch on that. Most importantly, it was edifying, man. Lord willing, come back at y'all with another one. But hey, with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Chakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And peace and blessings to all you Akim out there pushing this word with all truth and sincerity. And to all you believers out there who believe on the gospel, hey, keep fighting, keep pushing. Hey, with that, shalom.